Burna Boy name appeared on top of Michael Jackson, Rihanna, Jay-Z. Tyla is really having a good time with the album. People don't get the same way Wizkid used Beyonce's profile and shine and got Grammy is the same way Burna Boy is trying to use Shakira. Okay, people, welcome back to YolyBoy TV. Hope you're doing cool and nice. Today we're back to continue talking about the entertainment industry. On this video, we're going to talk about the three most famous, I think, three out of some of the most biggest artists in Africa. We're going to talk about Wizkid, Burna Boy, and Tyla. It's been a long time gist, it's been a long time debate in the music industry. Over the years, Wizkid. And now it's like everything don't they change direction. It's becoming Burna Boy. That is what I think. Don't even say that I'm concluding. Allegedly is what I'm saying. Based on what people they discuss online, if you see what is going on so far, it's like the same thing that flipped the industry to Wizkid favor is trying to flip it to Burna Boy side. Now let's start with what I'm trying to say. In the last 5 years and 7 years or so, everybody have their time. You know, Wizkid was the one topping the chart in terms of collaboration, sales, stream, certified platinums, and all these other music things that Spotify, Apple Music, and other companies are giving. Here comes a time now. Wizkid FC are never going to be happy with what I will say right now. This is another era that Burna Boy is beginning to become the African giant, as he claimed. You know, back then it was just a claim, and now things don't they prove. Say, Omo, this Burna Boy is really the African giant, because if you see the record, news has made it clear that Burna Boy is now Africa's most sold out artist. Is now Africa's most certified artist. Is now Africa's most streamed artist. I don't know whether it's true. Now alleged things are the alleged size for here. So now let's look at it. When Wizkid was Wizkid at that time that Wizkid was on fire, he got featured by Beyonce. Now I want you to understand, the same way Wizkid used Beyonce's profile and shine and got Grammy is the same way Burna Boy is trying to use Shakira. If you see the collaborations, they have something in common. Now let's get to understand that. If you remember, Wizkid got on a song with Beyonce. Beyonce called Wizkid on a collaboration, and that collaboration of, I think it's Brown Skin Girl, got Wizkid a Grammy. That is the Grammy Wizkid was able to keep in his catalog, of which at that time a lot of people are discussing. Controversies came around that, okay, Wizkid don't have Grammy because that is Beyonce's song. Then Wizkid did not talk about that one. Wizkid FC were defending their oga that, man, Wizkid deserved that Grammy. And if you look well, he deserved it, though it's not his song, but he deserved it because he had a verse on the song. It's Grammy culture that if you are a song, you also get a Grammy plaque. Now, Beyonce don't get African root. Wizkid got international root, and he got Grammy at that time. So now we are back to what Burna Boy is trying to do. If you remember, Shakira was interviewed. She was like, hey, yeah, I'm a big fan of Burna Boy, and Burna Boy is going to be the best artist on Dai Dai. You know, one thing you should understand is all these Western artists are trying to come and loop in the market. The African market is too large, so they are trying to see how they can come in and then cut their own share of the cake, which is the streaming share. You know, streaming revenue is what artists are chasing right now. And for Dai Dai, the Burna Boy now went on that song and delivered. Immediately after that song, it changed Burna Boy's 2026 storyline. It changed his life. Beyonce changed Wizkid, gave him Grammy. Now Burna Boy hit a point. There is no African artist in history that has ever got that high placement on the global chart. We are not talking of African global chart. We are not talking about Nigeria. We are talking about global music chart. Burna Boy was on top one. Burna, African giant, he was on top one with Shakira on that song Dai Dai, which completely broke all Wizkid's record. Yes, even Tyla, who was struggling to even meet up at some point, she was at number 6 and stuff like that. Though she was on that with single, Burna Boy was on collabo, but Burna Boy name appeared on top of Michael Jackson, Rihanna, Jay-Z. This guy really did a lot to Afrobeat. That is what people don't understand. You see, Wizkid FC will now come and say that, but the truth should be spoken. Burna Boy at this point is the artist of the moment. Wizkid has finished his time. At some point, Davido got his moment. Even Olamide, everybody has their moment. But right now, Burna Boy has gotten his international moment. He is at the peak of his career internationally. And I'm telling you, Burna Boy is breaking records that no other artist will ever come close to if care is not taken. Or maybe he's going to open doors that a lot of artists are going to pass through. Argue or not, Burna Boy has done it for the first time in history, you know. And then let's come briefly about Tyla. Tyla is really having a good time with the album. People don't get it. This girl, this lady is really coming up with something big, and you will see for yourself, because I trust these girls' PR. They are trying to bring up something that will make Africa shake, and if Africa shake, everywhere definitely will shake. So what do you think? Is Burna Boy still the artist of the moment, or you feel like Wizkid still owns some part of it? Yes. And do you think Tyla over time is going to become bigger than these people, or Tyla will just fade away anytime soon? I really want to know about this thing, because it's really what people are debating on, and I feel like all the artists are doing good. But do you agree that Burna Boy is at the moment having his best time and is at the moment outselling every African artist? Go check the streams, go check the views. Just put it in the comment below. I really would love to hear your view on that, and then we share our own opinions. But from my own point, I feel like, yeah, Burna Boy is really having a good time in the industry right now. So don't forget to always like, share, and also comment in the video. I will see you in the next video, because you always know I bring you important and sweet gist. I see you in the next video. It's YolyBoy, and take care of yourself.